Test of significance for difference of means. This is model 2 in testing of hypothesis. Let us assume that x1 bar is the mean of the sample of size n1 drawn from a population mean mu1 and variance sigma square. Also x2 bar is the mean of the second sample of size n2 with population mean mu2 and variance sigma 2 square. Then to test whether there is any significant difference between the two means, we use the statistic z is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. Here n1 and n2 be the large samples because we are under large sample tests. Here n1 and n2 are large samples. Large sample means the size of the sample must be greater than or equal to 30. And this follows the normal distribution. We know that as per central limit theorem. And just we follow up the procedure. So we go for the procedure in the doing problems. We use the procedure of testing of hypothesis. That is null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, level of significance, and then test statistic, and finally conclusion. So the procedure will be the same for all problems. The statistic will be changed. Here we are going to test the difference of two means. So we use the statistic z is x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. అదే ఫస్ట్ మోడల్ అయితే we use the sample test statistic x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. This is testing of single mean. The single mean. This is a difference of means, two means. So based on the problem we have to use the statistic, and this statistic must be keep in mind in the formula. So I write down the problem. The means of two material lo chuskondi information rasestanu. Problem number 1, the means of two large samples of sizes 1000 and 2000 members. Here given n1 is equal to 1000 members and n2 is equal to 2000 members, and are given 67.5 inches, that is the x1 bar first sample mean, and 68 inches, x2 bar is 68 inches. So these two are the sample means. The first sample size n1 1000, second sample size n2 2000, x1 bar, x2 bar. So can the samples be regarded as drawn from the same population? So we have to assume that we have to test the two samples drawn from the same population with the standard deviation. Population standard deviation also given as 2.5 inches. We have to test the two samples have drawn from the same population or not. That means we have to use the difference of mean statistic. Solution. So write the given information. n1 is equal to 1000, n2 is equal to 2000, and x1 bar, the mean of the first sample 67.5, x2 bar 68 inches, and also given sigma 2.5 inches. Now I use the procedure of testing of hypothesis. The first step is prepare null hypothesis. So here I am assuming that there is no significant difference between the two means. Let us assume that the first population mean mu1 and second population mean mu2. I am assuming that there is no difference. That is mu1 is equal to mu2. mu1 is the population related to the first sample. mu2 is the population related to the second sample. Or you can assume x1 bar is equal to x2 bar. ఏదైనా ఒకటే, ఏదైనా assume చేసుకోవచ్చు. Or mu1 is equal to mu2. So then prepare alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis means complementary of null hypothesis. That is mu1 not equal to mu2. Here there is no restriction in the given problem. Then that means you have to assume the complementary of mu1 is equal to mu2 as mu1 not equal to mu2. That means you have to go for two-tailed test. In verifying the z value, we use the two-tailed test. Then level of significance, that is the third one. Here ప్రాబ్లంలో ఏమీ లేదు కాబట్టి చూస్ ఆల్ఫా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 5% or 0.05. You can take 5% or 1% or 10%, that is your option. Problem lo mention చేస్తుంటే అదే రాయాలి. Now here you mention Z alpha by 2. So Z alpha by 2 value is 1.96 for 5% LOS from normal tables. Normal tables నుంచి Z alpha by 2 1.96, టూ టైల్ టెస్ట్ కాబట్టి. సింగిల్ టైల్ టెస్ట్ అయితే మళ్ళీ వాల్యూ మారుతుంది 1.96. Now I'm coming to the fourth point, test statistic. What is test statistic here? Here Z is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square. Here sigma 1 square is not given. That means we have to take s1 square as a substitute. So s1 square by n1 square plus sigma s2 square. s1 square ఇవ్వలేదా? s1 square ఇచ్చాడు ఒకసారి. s1 square కూడా ఇవ్వలేదంటే you use sigma 1 square. Here sigma 1 square sigma 2 square is equal to sigma square and standard deviation, that is given as sigma value ఎంత ఇచ్చాడు చూడండి ఒకసారి. Standard deviation sigma is given sigma is equal to 2.5 inches. So I can write formula sigma square root of 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Just formula change చేసేయండి. x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. సో సేమ్ పాపులేషన్ అంటే సిగ్మా స్క్వేర్ అయిపోతుంది. బయట తీసేస్తే x1 బార్ మైనస్ x2 బార్ బై సిగ్మా ఇంటూ రూట్ ఆఫ్ 1 బై n1 ప్లస్ 1 బై n2. అదే రాశారు ఇక్కడ సిగ్మా 1 స్క్వేర్. సో నౌ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ ద వాల్యూస్. వాట్ ఈస్ సిగ్మా x1 బార్? x1 బార్ 67.5 మైనస్ 68 బై స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ సిగ్మా వాల్యూ ఎంత ఇచ్చాడు? 2.5 ఇంటూ 1 by 1000 plus 1 by 2000. So this is equal to minus 5.163. Calculate చేయండి. This is Z calculated value. Now the last step, we come to the conclusion. So what is the conclusion? So the conclusion is, since Z calculated value modulus and 5.163 is greater than Z tabulated value, that is 1.96. This value is more value than this. That means what is our conclusion? We reject null hypothesis H0. We reject null hypothesis H0. That is mu is not reject means mu1 is not equal to mu2. Our assumption is mu1 is equal to mu2 as per the null hypothesis. So rejection means mu1 may not be equal to mu2. That means the two populations are different. The two samples are drawn from different population. That is the required solution. Second problem. In a survey of buying habits of 400 women shoppers are chosen at random in a supermarket A located at a certain section of the city. Their average weekly food expenditure is 250 rupees with a standard deviation of rupees 40. Similarly, for 400 women shoppers chosen at random in supermarket B, two supermarkets. So A is one supermarket, B is another supermarket. Here given the sample of 400 women shoppers, N1, the first sample size 400, similarly N2 also 400. The sample size is large sample, so we have to go for large sample tests. Their average food expenditure also given for week, that is x1 bar is given as 250 rupees with a standard deviation of S1 is equal to 40. That is the first supermarket related information. Atlage for 400 women shoppers chosen at random in supermarket B in another section of the city, their average weekly food expenditure x2 bar is given as 200 rupees with a standard deviation of S2 is equal to 55 rupees. So this is the data given. Test at 10% level of significance. Alpha is also given as 10%. అంటే 0.1. test whether the average food expenditure of the two populations of the shoppers are equal. That means you have to test whether the two sample means x1 bar, x2 bar is same. This is x1 bar, this is x2 bar. So on average, these two sample averages are same, or we can test mu1 is equal to mu2 or not. We have to test two means. That means you have to go for the test of difference of means. So first prepare the procedure starting with null hypothesis H0. That is the hypothesis with no difference. Let us assume that x1 is equal to x1 bar is equal to x2 bar. So first step I am going through the procedure null hypothesis. So null hypothesis is denoted by H0. Here I am assuming that the x1 bar and x2 bar are the one and the same. There is no significant difference between the two population means, or the average food expenditures of the two populations are equal. Then Rastanu, the average food expenditure of two populations are equal. Rendu equal anukuntunnam. We are assuming that initially the two populations are one and the same. Then the alternative hypothesis will be mu1 not equal to mu2 or x1 bar. x1 bar or mu1, either both are same. So x1 bar is not equal to x2 bar. So that means what? We have to consider two-tailed alternative. Two-tailed test or two-tailed alternative. So while considering the value of z, we should consider the two-tailed test. Then third one, level of significance. This is also given in the problem itself. So given alpha is equal, what is alpha? Given as 10%, that is equal to 0.1. And from tables, from normal tables, normal distribution tables, for two-tailed test, z alpha by 2 is equal to 1.65. So చూడండి వాల్యూ ఎట్లా అంటే టేబుల్ నుంచి 10% అంటే 0.1 ఏరియా అంటే టూ టైల్ అంటే 0.1లో హాఫ్ ఉంటుంది, 0.5 ఏరియా ఎక్కడ ఉంటుందో ఏరియా చూసుకుంటే దాని సబ్స్క్రిప్ట్ వాల్యూ 1.65. This will obtain from the tables. Now in the fourth step, you find the test statistic, that is z value. So as per formula, z is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma s1 square by n1 plus s2 square by n2. If the information is not given for s1 sigma 1 square sigma 2 square, we use the substitutes s1 square and s2 square. S1 square is nothing but sample standard deviation. The sample is obtained from the population itself. So there is no much difference. So x1 bar, what is x1 bar? 250 and x2 bar 220 by square root of sigma 1 square 40 square by n1. The first sample size 400 and second sample standard deviation 55 square by 400, sample size same, and this on calculating directly check the value with your calculator, 8.82. This is z calculated value. We consider it as z calculated value. Next we go for the conclusion. Conclusion means comparison of calculated value and tabulated value. Since mod z calculated is equal to 8.82 is greater than 1.65, this is z tabulated value, we reject H0. H0 ని రిజెక్ట్ చేయాలన్నమాట. H0 అంటే ఏంటి? The two sample population, two populations are same, so that is we get a contradiction. That means what? The average, reject H0 means what? The average food expenditure, same or different, food expenditure of the two populations are not equal. There is a contradiction for H0. So we are rejecting H0. Our H0 is x1 bar, x2 bar same. The two sample means the two shoppers average food expenditure is one and the same. That is the wrong statement. That means the average food expenditure of the two populations are not equal. That is the required solution. Model number 3, test of significance for single proportion. Suppose if you want to test the difference between the sample proportion and population proportion. Proportion is nothing but probability. To test whether there is any significant difference between the sample probability or sample proportion. Similarly, population proportion. We use the statistic Z is for large samples. For n greater than or equal to 30, Z is equal to small p minus capital P by square root of PQ by n, where Q is equal to 1 minus capital P. The statistic in the first model, in testing of single mean, that statistic Z is equal to x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. In the second model, to test the significant difference between the two means, x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. And again, the third model, the test statistic will be Z is equal to small p minus capital P by square root of PQ by n. Also here I can give one formula, that is the estimation of population proportion P using the sample proportion small p is given by, we know that in evaluating mean, the interval estimation will be x bar minus z alpha by 2 into sigma by root n, x bar plus z alpha by 2 into sigma by root n. So this is the interval estimation for population mean mu. దీన్ని ఏమని చెప్తా అంటే కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఇంటర్వెల్ అంట. The confidence limits for population mean mu is x bar minus z alpha by 2 sigma by root n and x bar plus z alpha by 2 into sigma by root n. Similarly, for population proportion capital P, the limits for the confidence limits will be small p minus z alpha by 2 into standard error sigma by root n. Here standard error is root of PQ by n. The value into root PQ by n comma small p plus z alpha by 2 into root of PQ by n. This is confidence limits. These are called the confidence limits for the population proportion capital P. These are the confidence limits for population mean. Mean ki confidence limits కావాలంటే ఈ ఫార్ములా యూస్ చేయాలి. To find the confidence limits for population proportion, the formula will be small p minus z alpha by 2 into root of PQ by n. అక్కడ x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. ఈ సిగ్మా బై రూట్ n ఇక్కడ ఫ్యాక్టర్ వచ్చేది, ఇక్కడేమో ఈ ఫ్యాక్టర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ PQ by n. సో గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడం ఈజీ. p minus small p minus z alpha by 2 into root of PQ by n and small p plus z alpha by 2 into root of PQ by n. Okay, now here the test statistic is Z is equal to small p minus capital P by root of PQ by n to test the single proportion. You see the problems in testing of single proportion. A manufacturer claims that at least 95% of the equipment which he supplied to a factory conform to specifications. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక కంపెనీ వాడు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్ ఏం క్లెయిమ్ చేస్తున్నాడంటే అతను ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసిన ఐటెంలో మినిమం 95% గ్యారంటీ ఉంటాయి, కన్ఫార్మ్ టు ద స్పెసిఫికేషన్స్. అంటే వాడు ఇచ్చింది కన్ఫర్మేషన్ రియాలిటీకి దగ్గరలో ఉంటాయి, అంటే 95% యాక్యురసీ ఉంటుంది మినిమం అని చెప్తున్నాడు. అయితే ఏం చేశాడంటే ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఆఫ్ శాంపిల్ ఆఫ్ 200 pieces ఆఫ్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్ రివీల్డ్ దట్ 18 were faulty. 200 ఐటమ్స్ శాంపిల్ తీసుకుంటే దాంట్లో 18 ఫాల్టీగా ఉన్నాయి. సో 18 ఫాల్టీ అంటే 200 ఐటెంలో గుడ్ వన్స్ ఎన్ని 182 ప్లస్ 18 200. ఇక్కడ గుడ్ అనేది మినిమం 95%. ఇక్కడ ఏమో ఇచ్చాయంటే గివెన్ దట్ క్యాపిటల్ P, he claims that the population proportion is 95%, that is 0.95. His items are conform to specifications, minimum 95% quality. That is capital P is equal to 0.95, implies Q is equal to 1 minus 0.95, that is 0.05. And also here taken as a sample of n is equal to 200 items, and he found that the items are faulty items are 18. So the probability of success, that is 182 by 200. Am I right or not? 18 were faulty, but we are going for good items. Good items are 182 out of 200. So that value is 0.9 something. I'll see the value. 182 by 200. So small p is equal to 182 by 200, that is equal to 0.91. Now I am going to use the testing of hypothesis procedure. This is the proportion of pieces conform to the specifications out of 200 sample items. 200 item sample lo 182 conform to the specifications and good ones. 182 by 200, this is the sample proportion, small p. This is the population proportion. Population proportion means what he has claimed for guarantee of the given, which has given items, 0.95, 95% minimum. So now I am using the testing of hypothesis. I am starting with the null hypothesis H0, that is capital P is equal to 0.95, minimum 0.95. The 0.95% అనేది minimum అని వాడే చెప్తున్నాడు, or I can write it as 95%. Capital P is equal to 95%. Minimum 95% అంటే 96 ఉండొచ్చు, 97, 98, 99 or 100. That means what you have to take here is alternative hypothesis P less than 0.95. Here the value is not P not equal to 0.95 here, because P greater than 0.95 automatically it has conformed to the specifications. అంతే కదా, 96% వచ్చింది అనుకోండి క్వాలిటీ, సో there is no issue. 96% వచ్చిందంటే వాడు క్లెయిమ్ చేసింది సరిపోయింది కదా. మినిమం 95% ఉందంటే 96% క్వాలిటీ ఉన్నా ఓకే, 97, 100% క్వాలిటీ ఉన్నా నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఎప్పుడు ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది, వెన్ పీ వాల్యూ లెస్ దెన్ 95%, దెన్ there is a problem. So the alternative hypothesis should be taken as P less than 0.95. That means you have to take left tail test or single tail test. Single tail test. While taking the Z value, we have to take the single tail test Z value. All of you clear this? P less than 0.95. P greater than 95, it need not to take. 95% కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉందంటే 100% దాకా అది వ్యాలిడ్. లెస్ దెన్ 0.95 ఉందంటే స్పెసిఫికేషన్స్కి మీట్ చేయడం ఎగనెస్ట్ అయినట్టు, అంటే P less than 0.95 will be the alternative hypothesis. Now come to the third point. This is the first point. Second point, third point, you have to choose the level of significance already given. So what is given? Given alpha is equal to 5%, 0.05, and from normal tables Z alpha for a single tail test అంటే Z P less than 0.95, and the entire 0.5 will be only right side, 0.05, 5%, only one side. And the Z alpha value, I can get the value from the tables. Just wait. Z alpha value 1.65. Now we are taking the rejection region on single side, that means single tail test. So the respective value of Z from the normal tables is 1.65, and this is nothing but Z tabulated value. Then Z tabulated value antam. Next we go for the test statistic. Test statistic is for single proportion, the value small p minus capital P by square root of PQ by N. Already I have given the formula. So small p which is 0.91, small p 0.91, capital P 0.95 by square root of 0.95 into q means 0.05 by total number of items in the sample, that is equal to 200, and this value is minus 2.59, minus 2.59 z value, maybe negative or positive, but we consider in conclusion part, we consider mod z calculated value. Since mod z calculated value is equal to 2.59 is greater than z tabulated value 1.65. This value is greater than this value. That means what is our conclusion? We reject H naught. So what is our H naught? P is, so we reject the statement P is equal to 0.95. So reject P is equal to 0.95 means P must be less than 0.95. P must be 0.9 less than 0.95. అంటే వాడు ఇచ్చిన ఐటమ్స్ స్పెసిఫికేషన్ 95% కంటే తక్కువ ఉంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద రిక్వైర్డ్ సొల్యూషన్. Second problem. Experience has shown that 20% of manufactured product is of the top quality. In one day production of 400 articles, only 50 are of top quality. Test the hypothesis at 0.05 level. So ఇదంతా పర్సంటేజ్లో ఉందంటే ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు సింగిల్ ప్రపోర్షన్. అర్థమవుతున్నా ఉంది. క్యాపిటల్ పీ ఇచ్చేసాడు. ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ జనరల్గా వాడు ఏం క్లెయిమ్ చేస్తున్నట్టే బై ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వాడి దగ్గర తీసుకున్న వాటిలో 20% మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేసిన దాంట్లో టాప్ క్వాలిటీ ఉంటాయని చెప్తున్నారు. టాప్ క్వాలిటీ. సో పీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 20%, that is 20 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 5, that is equal to 0.2. Capital P is 0.2 and 20% of the total items is of top quality. And also given that in a sample of n is equal to 400 articles, he has experienced that 50 are of top quality. And the small p ఏమొచ్చిందంటే 50 top quality out of 400. And this value is equal to 1 by 8. 58s are 400. That is equal to 1 by 8. That is equal to 0.125. The sample probability or sample proportion small p is obtained as 0.125. Now we have to test the hypothesis at 0.05 level of significance. Now I use the procedure. Take the null hypothesis H naught, that is testing of single proportion capital P is equal to 0.2 is acceptable value or not. Right, we are going to test the single proportion, population proportion. వాడు ఇచ్చిన 20% కరెక్టా కాదా యూజింగ్ శాంపిల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది చెక్ చేస్తున్నాం. దెన్ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ హైపోథసిస్ విల్ బికమ్ H1 is P not equal to 0.2. Here not greater than or less than. నా ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే వాడు మినిమం 95% క్వాలిటీ ఉందన్నాడు కాబట్టి 95, అక్కడ లెస్ దెన్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఇక్కడ పీ మేబీ 0.2 ఆర్ పీ మే నాట్ బి. టాప్ క్వాలిటీ ఐటమ్స్ 20% ఉండొచ్చు, 30 ఉండొచ్చు, 10% ఉండొచ్చు. దేర్ మే బి a different chances. That means you have to take the p not equal to 0.2 as alternative hypothesis. That means you have to use two-tailed test in computed value. Third one, level of significance. Already given alpha is equal to 0.05, 5% level of significance. And also from tables, z alpha by 2, because it is a two-tailed test. For 5% level of significance from the table it is 1.96. Now go for the test statistic. The fourth point is test statistic. The test statistic z is equal to small p minus capital P by root of pq by n. So small p, which what is the value of small p? Now choosing small p 0.125 minus 0.2 by root of 0.2 into 0.8 q. Q is equal to 1 minus p, 1 minus 0.2, that is equal to 0.8 by n, the number of items, it is 400, and this value is equal to, I am calculating, minus 3.75. Now we have to conclusion means comparison of the calculated value and tabulated value. Since mod z calculated is equal to 3.75 is greater than z tabulated value 1.96, we reject null hypothesis H naught. So rejection means what is our null hypothesis? Therefore, P is equal to 20% is not accepted. So this is a wrong statement. Our claim చేసింది 20% of his total items is of top quality. So 20% top quality ఉండవు. It may be P not equal to 20. It may be P less than 20 or greater than 20, whatever it is, right? So there ends the problem. Problem number 3. In a random sample of 160 workers exposed to certain amount of radiation, 24 experienced some ill effects. Construct 99% confidence limits for the corresponding true percentage. అంటే లిమిట్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. ఫర్ ట్రూ పర్సంటేజ్ అన్న ప్రపోర్షన్ అన్న ఒకటే, ప్రాబబిలిటీ అన్న ఒకటే. పర్సంటేజ్ ఆర్ ప్రపోర్షన్ ఆర్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆల్ ఆర్ సేమ్. ఏ 1 minus alpha into 100% confidence limits for population proportion or population percentage is given by formula రాస్తున్నాను. Small p minus z alpha by 2 into root of pq by n, small p plus z alpha by 2 into root of pq by n. So one more thing here you have to remember that here z alpha by 2 value, the maximum percentage కాబట్టి you can take it as 3. The limits p minus 3 into root of pq by n and small p plus 3 into root of pq by n. And the z alpha by 2 maximum 99.47%. We know that as per tables. మొత్తం 99.47% area covered in between minus 3 and plus 3. అవునా? From the normal distribution, we know that 99.47% covered in between minus 3 and plus 3. అంటే ఇక్కడ z alpha by 99% అంటే you can take it as value, maximum value 3. ఓకేనా? సో డిఫాల్ట్గా 2.58 వేయచ్చు, లేదా 3 వేయచ్చు. 3 వేసేసుకోవచ్చు, బుక్స్లో 3నే ఉంటుంది. సో 3 వేసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ హియర్ ద శాంపిల్ స్మాల్ p. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్మాల్ p హియర్? 24/160. హియర్ n is equal to 160 workers, and the value of p, small p means 24 out of 160. Small p is equal to 24 out of 160, and the value is 0.15, and q is also 1 minus 0.15, that is 0.85. q is equal to 0.85. So pq is not known values. These two are, this value we are estimating population proportion, and I can choose the substitute value as small p. So now here I find root of small p by small q by n also. P is unknown quantity, we are estimating from the sample proportion. Capital P is unknown quantity, these are the interval estimation. We are estimating capital P value using this formula. Here you take it as small p and small q. So root of pq, p and 0.15 into 0.85 by what is n here? 160. So this value is equal to 0.028. So up to this clear? So these are unknown values. P and Q are unknown values. We are using as an estimate small p and small q. Small p is the sample proportion and small q is the population proportion. and moreover we are estimating population proportion. Population proportion ఏ వాల్యూస్ మధ్యలో ఉంటుందో ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాం. అంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ అన్ unknown value, so that we are taking a substitute as small p and small q. So what are the limits? Formula చూడండి ఒకసారి. Small p minus, therefore the limits 99% confidence limits are given by, so small p 0.15 minus z alpha by 2 3 తీసేసుకుంటాను. You can use 2.58 also. 3 into root of pq by n value 0.028 comma 0.15 plus 3 into 0.028. So that are given by 0.077 and 0.222. These are the limits. So choose value and this value 0.066 comma 0.234. Because it is the probability, it must be value lies between 0 and 1. The p value must be in between 0 and 1. So these values 0.066 comma 0.234. The population proportion will lie in between the two limits. That is the required solution. Problem number 4. If 80 patients are treated using an antibiotic, 59 got cured. Find 99% confidence limits for the true population proportion for the cured. And then you have to find here the confidence limits as like the previous problem. Here given a small p is equal to 80 patients are treated and 59 got cured. And the success probability or cured ke kada find out cheyandi. So cured probability for the sample 59 by 80, that is 0.7375. This is the sample proportion or sample probability or sample percentage. And here given as n is equal to 80 denominator value and q. So here we are estimating the true population proportion. So we don't have the value small capital P and capital Q. We are using small p and small q values as a substitute. So q is equal to 1 minus small p, 1 minus 0.7375. That value is equal to 0.2625. Small q is 0.2625. And here I calculate square root of pq by n. That is pq 0.7375 into 0.2625 by n is equal to 80, and that value as calculated you get 0.492. So you can use the calculator to get the value. So now we know that a 99% confidence limits for the true population proportion, the values are 1 minus alpha into 100% or 99% confidence limits are given by small p minus 3 చేస్తున్నాను, root of small p into small q by n, small p plus 3 into root of pq by n. So small p, what is the p value? 0.7375 minus 3 into this value 0.492 comma 0.7375 plus 3 into 0.492. So this is equal to, so approximately this value is 0.6 comma, or use the calculator, this is 0.0492, this is 0.0492. So the approximate values are this is 0.5899 comma 0.8851. So the population proportion must lies in the interval 0.5899 comma 0.8851. This is the interval estimation with 99% confidence. So now the last model in the fourth unit. Test of significance for difference of proportions. So previous model is test of significance for single proportion. It is the test of significance for difference of proportions. Suppose there are two large samples of sizes n1 and n2 respectively from two different populations. To test the significant difference between the two population proportions, small p1 and small p2, we use the statistic z is equal to p1 minus p2 by square root of p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. This is the statistic. This you have to keep in mind. So p1 minus p2. Normally actual formula minus p of p minus p వస్తుంది అంటే జీరో కాబట్టి formula will become p1 minus p2 by square root of this is called the standard error. Standard error is root of p1 q1 by n1 first sample proportion standard error, అట్లాగే సెకండ్ శాంపిల్ స్టాండర్డ్ ఎర్రర్ p2 q2 by n2. సో ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రపోర్షన్స్కి ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ సమ్మేషన్ అండ్ స్క్వేర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2, and this is for large samples. So large samples, the distribution is approximated to the normal distribution. We know that as per central limit theorem. So the statistic will be z is equal to p1 minus p2 by square root of p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. So మోడల్లో లాస్ట్ మోడల్ ఇది. సో అన్నీ ఒకసారి రాస్తాను. సో టు టెస్ట్ ది సింగిల్ మీన్ we use the statistic z is equal to x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. To test the difference of means we use the formula x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. Third one, single proportion small p minus capital P by root of pq by n. And fourth one, z is equal to p1 minus p2 by square root of p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. These are the four models and all are for large samples. ప్రొసీజర్ అయితే ఒక సిమెట్రిక్ ఫాలో అయితే ఈ ఫోర్ మోడల్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ and which model is applicable in this given problem, that you have to identify. Single mean అయితే ఈ ఫార్ములా యూస్ చేస్తాం, డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ మీన్స్ అయితే ఇది, సింగిల్ ప్రపోర్షన్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రపోర్షన్, అండ్ మోర్ ఓవర్ ఆల్ ద ఫోర్ మోడల్స్ ఫర్ లార్జ్ శాంపిల్. దీస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ ద లార్జ్ శాంపిల్ టెస్ట్. మళ్ళీ స్మాల్ శాంపిల్ టెస్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ యూనిట్లో వస్తాయి, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ p1 minus p2 by root of p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. So first problem, random samples of 400 men and 600 women were asked whether they would like to have a flyover near their residence. Then 200 men and 325 women were in favor of the proposal. Test the hypothesis that proportions of men and women in favor of the proposal are same at 5% level of significance or not. Here there are two samples regarding one statement, one for men and other for women. So మొత్తం 400 men, that is n1 here, the items here I am mentioning, n1 is equal to 400, n2 is equal to 600, and out of 400, 200 men are favor of the proposal. So x1 is equal to 200 and here x2 is equal to 325. So then P1 is equal to, that is x1 by n1. Out of 400, 200 are favorable. So 1 by 2 or that is 0.5. The first probability. P1 is the probability related to the decision of men. That is P1, that is equal to 0.5. Similarly P2 is equal to x2 by n2. That is 325 candidates out of 600. So that value is 325. That is 0.542. P2 is equal to 0.542. Then Q1 also calculate here only. Q1 1 minus P1, that is 1 minus 0.5, that is 0.5. and Q2. What is Q2? 1 minus P2. It is 1 minus 0.542. That is 0.4. What is the value? 58. 458. This is the not favorable probability. P1 men, women. First one is men case and the second one is women case. We have to test whether the two proportions of men and women in favor of the proposal are same or not. That means you have to check the probabilities P1 and P2 are both are same or there is any significant difference between the two proposals, two proportions. That I can check by using the testing of hypothesis procedure at 5% LOS. So now I read the null hypothesis, just I am using the procedure. So null hypothesis H naught. Here I am assuming that there is no significant difference between the proposals of men and women. I am assume that there is no significant difference between men and women proposal. That is P1 is equal to P2. So that is our null hypothesis. Then alternative hypothesis H1 becomes P1 not equal to P2. So if there is having different ideas, then P1 may not be equal to P2. That means you have to go for two-tail test. Then come to the level of significance. What is the level of significance already given in the problem? The level of significance given alpha is equal to 0.05. So for two-tailed test, this is two-tailed test. For two-tailed test, Z alpha by 2 for 0.05, 5%, it is 1.96. Next, coming to the test statistic. The procedure is common for all problems. This 5-step procedure is common. Just there is a difference in the test statistic value and the parameters. Here test statistic Z is equal to P1 minus P2 by square root of P1 Q1 by N1 plus P2 Q2 by N2. So I am substituting the values. What is P1? 0.5, right, minus 0.542 by square root of 0.5 into 0.5 by N1 400 plus P2 into 0.542 into 0.458 by the total women 600. That is equal to minus 1.303. This is Z calculated value. Next, the last step is conclusion step. So here conclusion can be done by using mod Z calculated. Since mod Z calculated is mod 1.303, that is 1.303 is less than 1.96. This is Z tabulated value. That means what? Therefore, we accept H naught. So accept H naught means therefore P1 is equal to P2. P1 is equal to P2 means there is no significant difference. Therefore, there is no significant means observed. No significant difference between the men and women proposals. Between the men and women. Both are one and the same. That is the required solution.